In this video, we'll go over how to safely operate a table saw. Before using a table saw, make sure you are wearing eye and ear protection. Avoid wearing baggy or loose-fitting clothing while operating power tools. Before starting the table saw, you need to adjust the blade settings. Set the blade height by placing the thickest part of your material next to the blade and adjusting the crank on the front of the saw. The blade's teeth should be slightly higher than your workpiece. Unless you need to make angled cuts, make sure the blade is square or 90 degrees to the table. If the blade's angle needs to be adjusted, crank the other handle until the blade is square. Always keep your workpiece square to the blade with a fence, miter gauge, or sled. Fences allow you to achieve greater precision and keep you safe. Don't ever make freehand cuts. To adjust the fence, lift the fence lock. If you need to get a precise cut, measure from the fence to the edge of the blade. Once the fence is where you want it, lock it and make sure it's secure. Before cutting, you should also remove all nails if you're using reclaimed lumber. And turn on the dust collector to the table saw and close blast gates to tools not in use. When you're ready to make a cut, turn the saw on and wait for it to get up to speed. Be aware of where your hands are and maintain a safe distance between them and the spinning blade. Apply pressure forward into the blade, downward into the table, and into the fence. Avoid backing out of a cut you've started. Backing out of a partial cut can cause a workpiece to bind. Plan how you will make your cuts before you start cutting. Never reach across a spinning blade to retrieve your workpiece. Turn the saw off, wait until the blade stops, and then retrieve your workpiece. When you need to replace a blade, first unplug the saw. Remove the insert plate, and use wrenches to hold the blade in place and loosen the nut on the arbor. Remove and replace the blade, and make sure the teeth are spinning in the correct direction. Remember to clean up your work area when you're finished. If you have questions about procedures or materials that should and should not be used with a table saw, contact the Woodshop champion. Make Salt Lake is a community of experienced makers, so don't be shy.